What is up, gamer dudes and girls? Welcome back to the second day of the St. Clair National Championship for Marvel Rivals. Yesterday, we had an exhilarating matchup between in the semifinals. Today is our national finals. My name is Ali. I am joined by.
Wyatt on the desk, as most, and
Kevin or
H-
Swifted.
how are you feeling tonight after watching yesterday's game? What?
you know, I really couldn't sleep after watching yesterday's game. I had to stay up all night. I had to watch it over and over and over and over again to see just how well these players were playing. And to get here today to cast the grand finals, it's a dream come true.
It was an exhilarating match. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. How about you, Kevin?
Oh, I felt the exact same way. It was a very exciting match. They were making crazy plays. It was constantly back and forth. It overall was like an intense experience the whole time.
And now it's going to be even more intense with the stakes being higher than ever, with the prize pool being set at a record high $400,000.
Wow, that
That
is
is
insane.
insane. I wouldn't even be able to focus during the game. I don't know how the players are going to do it.
Like $400,000. That's a lot of money on the line. Could pay a lot of student tuitions here at the St. Clair Saints National, and definitely help out a lot in the future. But I mean, that's to be said. We still have to get through these matches to see who
You're
will
right.
claim that grand finals prize, and I think it's not going to be an easy feat for either team to accomplish.
Let's look at the teams playing in our finals today. First up, we have Team Iron Man, and we have Varziel, No Skill, Thermo, Human, Miracle, and Boehner. Wyatt, who stands out to you in this crowd?
We have a lot of talent on the board. I'm looking at Human. He's got some past Overwatch experience, which is definitely going to help him in the strategist role. We've got Miracle, who's a great support player in League of Legends. We've also got No Skill, who is a Smash Bros. Player. I don't know if that fully transfers over to Marvel Rivals, but that'll be wait to see if I'm proven wrong. And then we've got Carl or Varsiel with some past Valorant experience. So I think that could definitely play a factor as well. Overall, I think this team has a lot of diverse experience in different games, and that just shows that they're all gamers. They all know how to work together as a team, and at the end, that's going to be their benefit.
But as you mentioned, I don't think the other game experience can necessarily translate over, if you know what I'm saying. Now,
I,
now
I
let's look
agree
at
with you.
now let's look at Team Captain America. For Team Captain America, a star-studded team, we have Urameshi, Zombie, Rupert, Schwam, Sky Wizard, and Hayes. Kevin, who do you think
So,
can change the game?
I know the best player on the team, as statistically speaking, is Schwam. He seems to have the most experience out of anybody, but he also is supported by a Call of Duty player, Rupert, great player, Zombie, who's experienced in Fortnite. I know that pretty well, and he's pretty good. Haste, I'm not very familiar with, but he seems like he plays a decent amount of Marvel as well. So maybe they can all support Schwam and have him keep the backbone of the team, and maybe they can overcome the Team Iron Man.
Well, I know Schwam is sitting like at the highest rank out of everybody,
Yeah.
was sitting at Diamond 1, which is
Wow,
absolutely crazy.
that is insane.
And I know that there's also another player on the other team, Swag Studios, sitting at a gold too. So I think these two could
Nice.
be the head-to-head game changers possibly. What do you
Yeah.
think about that, Wyatt?
Definitely the captains of both teams. I think Schwam and Swag Studios are going to go at it head and head. And to actually put some more knowledge behind on Team Captain America, I know that Hayes and Sky Wizard both have Overwatch and Marvel Rivals
Oh
experience.
wow.
So I
Okay.
think those two, with the leadership that Swam is going to bring to this as a Diamond 1 player, they could easily steamroll Team Iron Man.
Okay. Let's look
Wow.
at the bracket now, guys. As I mentioned yesterday, we had our semifinals, which is now leading up into our finals and our grand championship. Yesterday was an exhilarating matchup, and I believe today will be even more intense. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to sit still during this whole fight. What do you think, Kevin?
I think this is gonna be an intense game between Iron Man and Team Captain America. My predictions, obviously, I'm thinking Team Iron Man takes it all the way, just based off experience and the players they have on the roster of that caliber.
How about you, Wyatt? What do you make of yesterday's games?
Yesterday's games, I told you I had to rewatch it a couple times to actually get my full grasp on it. But I think I don't know. I can't make any predictions yet. What I can say though is I think both teams have a lot to back their claim to why they need and why they should have this $400,000 prize pool. And I'm really interested to see how that plays out on the pitch.
I can't wait for for either matchup, honestly. Let's go look at the head-to-head, guys. Okay, head-to-head, we have two of the best players on both teams, with Schwam and Thermal. Thermal has 21 eliminations, beating up Schwam by one. Thermal also does more damage, with Schwam being more accurate though, with 61%. They are tied in final hits, but Thermal, where it counts, has more medals. What do you think, Kevin, about this
So
matchup right
I
here?
think between Thermal and Schwam, I think that Schwam having more accuracy could help them in the long run towards the end game of the match where he's hitting more important shots, or it could benefit his team when he makes a certain play that takes out the last couple players to help his team capture the objective or whatever the case may be. But on the other hand, you have Thermal Rex, who could be the end game changer for his team, and he could finish the game single handedly by himself by doing so much damage to the other team.
I have to agree with you. What do you think, What?
You know, I have to disagree with you on that
Okay.
because Kevin, Marvel Rivals is a game of teamwork. Sure, you can have some heavy hitters. You can have someone who's got peak accuracy and can absolutely pop off for their team. But if you do not have that solid strategist, those solid tanks, those solid DPS that are there to work together as a team, as we can see by the stats, Thermorex is definitely there to play together with his team, getting a lot of medals, playing a lot for his team, getting a lot of damage around, not just going for accuracy, but going for quality rather than quantity. I think he's definitely going to be the better pick in this head to head.
Uh, like I said, I agree with Kevin.
Good analysis.
That was a great analysis, Wyatt. Good
Yeah.
job. Now let's look at the map bans. With an exciting turn of events, they have decided to play on Eastguard Domination. I think this is a great map, especially a map that Team Captain America can use to turn to their advantage. What do you think, Kevin?
I think you're completely on the right board of that. This could be benefiting them in a lot of ways, depending on their hero lineups and how they decide to play together.
What do you think, what?
Domination is going to be very interesting. I have to agree with you on that. I mean, it is essentially, for those at home who do not know the game, it is King of the Hill. So you've got to get two captured points back to back, or possibly send it to a third if both teams get one themselves. And then from there, you can figure out who will take the championship.
Statistically, Team Captain America has pretty much won every game that they've played at Eastguard, especially in that domination genre. So I think they can continue their run. But yeah, I think we're for an exciting match
I'm
today.
very excited for this game.
Oh, indeed. I think I've said it before, and I said it again. I've been waiting for this. I've been watching so many VODs. I've been up all night waiting for this game to come, and I am excited. Going to see the Thermal versus Swam matchup, and we're going to see Team Captain America versus Team Iron Man, just like in the movies. It's going to be exciting.
Okay, now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Kevin, what is your prediction?
My prediction is going to be Team Iron Man all the way.
What makes you say that?
I just think they're going to have the confidence, the strategy that Swag touched on earlier. I just think they're going to come over top of Thermal.
Okay, I might have to disagree with you. I think Schwam can lead his team to victory, considering he's the best player in the whole series, the whole matchup. I think he can be the real endgame game changer. What about you, Wyatt?
So I am the decider. If I had to say, and I agree with you, Ali. I think we have to mention Swam because he's one of the best in this lobby. But my question is, will he be able to pick up all the slack from the rest of his team? Will he have the strong enough will to carry everybody else on his back or carry everybody else to the win with leadership? I haven't been convinced of that yet. So for that, I have to go with Team Iron Man. I mean, Thermal loves to play with his team, loves to play together. As I said before, great strategist player. I will look to see him on that Luna Snow and Cloak and Dagger, possibly even one of my favorite characters, Jeff, to help out his team there. And overall, I think the rest of the team, like supported by who else we were looking at? We were looking at Varsiel, and we were also looking at Miracle, two players that are in the competitive space and have team experience. I think it's going to be a battle of team experience versus top fragging, and I think team experience is going to win.
I do agree with you. I do think Marvel Rivals is more so of a team game, but sometimes when you just have that diamond in the rough, that star-studded player, it could change the whole tide of the game, right? And that's what I think Swam is going to be for the team.
Indeed. Well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what happens in the match.
I am so excited. I can't even keep
Four
still right now.
$100,000 is on the line for these guys as well. Can't forget about that.
Do you think we'll get a cut, guys?
Oh, luckily.
Let's jump into the game now, guys. Royal Palace, Eastguard.
All right, getting into player selections. Joined with me, Kevin. It's us two on the cast now. What do you see so far? Any characters that are sticking out to you right now?
I'm noticing a group pick from No Skill and Sky Wizard. I'm not very familiar with the character, so bear with me here, but I'm noticing the group pick, and I think that is, correct me if I'm wrong, but Boehner is playing
Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger, and that is one of your favorites.
The Cloak and Dagger is one of the best in the game, I would have to say. Definitely gets banned here and there, and is something that you need to watch out for because their ultimate is insane at healing, and it can deny so many ultimates a lot of value. We're seeing bans out right now, and I've already seen on the side of Thermorex's team that they've already banned out that Iron Fist, which is going to completely shut down Hayes because I don't want to say anything negative against him,
Yep.
but in the games that I've played with him, he really is a Iron Fist one trick. He
Oh,
knows a couple
wow.
other characters. He knows a couple other characters, but he focuses solely on Iron Fist.
Gotcha. Okay, another question I had for you was Cloak and Dagger, specifically that Boehner picked. What exactly does she do? How does she counter them?
So with Cloak and Dagger's ultimate,
Mhm.
once you've popped it, you have essentially 3 lines of healing, like track that you will follow, that you
Okay.
can put down anywhere. And those 4 lines will distribute the same amount of healing wherever they are. That being said, you can go back, forth, onto a site, especially like in a match like Domination, and you can just deny anybody on the other team
I'm all for
any
seizing an
value from
opportunity,
that
Loki, but
it's been tested
I
in
cannot
practice
imagine how much
where
of your
if
soul
you
you
pull
had to
like
sell to
3
end
or
up on
4
that
different Punisher ults or 3 or 4 different Star-Lord ults and you are all focusing on Cloak and Dagger in her ultimate, there's no difference. There's no change. Nothing can happen because that healing output is just too great to counteract.
Wow, that's insane. So she's a pivotal character for these guys.
Indeed.
That is
Like,
very impressive.
some other characters that I'm definitely mentioning out. I mean, Schwam
Yeah.
on that Venom,
many
definitely
futures,
not one of the
and most
best
of-
tanks to pick, but is pretty good. I mean, a very selective crosshair out from the player themselves. Let's see how they can play with this. Getting into the backline now and cause some damage. You're going to try to get Human out, get that first strategist pick. Not going to find him because he pops his healing, and now he's got to get out of there quick before Miracle can pop onto him with that Bucky. Definitely another player that we got to mention I think is going to be very pivotal in this game.
I see the Winter Soldier was trying to do some damage to Shwam early on, if I'm correct on that one.
Yes, but Schwam is going to answer back. He's going to find one, and then Skywizard is going to follow up with another one onto No Skill. Barsil is trying to find anybody, but cannot find anything except Schwam's fists in his face. Going to try to find another one onto Miracle. Has to back up, but doesn't have enough space or enough speed
Wow.
behind him. And it looks like the Cloak and Dagger now has to back up as well. Looks like Schwam is just popping off a quad kill to count.
Shwam was really the backbone of this team, like I touched on earlier. Looks like he's just fighting everybody single-handedly. He's about to be overcome by the Hulk in just a split second. Oh wow, Winter Soldier's just sitting back, trying to assist him as best as he can.
Yeah, Intermesha on that Luna Snow. Definitely a great healer and the pivotal point for this team. I mean, her ultimate as well provides a lot of value and a lot of healing to deny any other ultimate value. Thermorex in that Boost Banner form is going to knock out Zombie, and it looks like Hayes is going to be denied his ultimate by his counterpart Barseal. That is pivotal because he could have gotten a big kill there. Now Schwam is going to come up with an ultimate of his own, get up top to take Barseal down, looking to take Thermal down as well, and now he has No Skill on his mind with some heals to back him up and support him. It looks like he might take him, but now Boehner with that Cloak and Dagger ult is going to be very pivotal, and Uramesha as well is going to pop his ult down. There's a lot of healing going down, but Schwam might be out of it, but not if he can pop that ability of his to gain back a lot of HP in a short amount of time.
Wow, Shwam still continuing the fight with these guys. Looks like Sky Wizard is currently fighting multiple people at once. Hulk is trying to take all the damage he can so his team can help him.
Like Studios pops his ult as well, finds one, but can't find anybody else. Now Human has got to get down there. He finds one, looking to find another. Can he find Schwam? Schwam is trying to escape with his life and with the Miracle Pop as well. Can't find anybody. He just hasn't died at all this game, and it looks like he's going to claim another one onto Miracle with Uramesha there to support him. It looks all but said and done for Schwam's team.
Wow.
They take it, and Varsil just can't get onto the point quick enough. He pops his ult, he gets a little bit of value there, but the first one, Bifrost Gardens, is going to go to Schwam.
Utter domination from that team by far margin. They didn't even stand a chance.
I mean, what can you say? Like, I know that I was backing Team Iron Man there. I was backing Thermal, that he could carry his team with the teamwork and team experience together to overcome them, but Schwam just overpowered them. Just overpowered them. Definitely couldn't find any value to get
The
him
experience is showing from Schwam's side compared to Thermal Rex's team, who he couldn't support him as well.
I mean, yeah, like that Diamond 1 status is speaking for him, and he's definitely got some other players to back him up. I mean, we saw Hayes getting some value out there, as well as I think Uramesha on the team.
Yeah, Urameshi got a couple, I think 2 double kills, if I'm correct, mid-round, which helped his team drastically, but unfortunately his team couldn't come up on top.
Yeah, well, we've still got one game underway, possibly another, if Team Iron Man can pull it back. Thermalrex on my favorite pick in the entire game. That Jeff seeing if he can change the tide with the man himself. Trying to find something out for a little bit of damage out there.
What does the ultimate do exactly?
So the ultimate for Thermalrex will be able to take a couple people off of the point unless it is counteracted with another ult. So if you've got doing a snow ult out there, that's going to counteract it and you won't find anybody, which could be devastating if they are timed in the right manner. But now looks like Miracle is going in, guns blazing on that Wolverine to try and find someone. Ramesh is going to pop his ult now to save his team from any damage taken. And now Spike Studios and Swam are going to back it up, finding 2 themselves. Boehner and Varsil are out of the game. It looks all but certain for them to take this first point.
Wow, that was like absolute perfection from Urameshi for that ultimate to help his team stay in the game. The Swag Studios gets a kill on the Thermal Rex. Haste also kills Miracle.
Swam is just going in for more. He does not care. Boomin's got to back up now, but I don't think he can unless he can just barely escape. But Venom is going to be able to get out of there. Schwam is just too powerful. He is absolutely schwamming the other team right now, but Boomin is going to take down Spike Studios.
Looks like Urameshi just doing some damage right now, specifically. Oh, wow. That I'm assuming that was an ultimate from the Shark, I want to say, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
doing tremendous amounts of damage. Looks like Kumin's fighting Zombie and he takes him out. Oh wow, he gets a double kill. He's looking to find a third right now into Urameshi. Does he find it? Or does he have support from his team?
An ult out from the Psylocke right now. Sky Wizard is going to try to find one. Cannot find anybody though. And now it looks like Boehner and Miracle are just in the back end healers, but Human is going to take down Hayes. It's one strategist gone, another to go. They're taking control of this point now, going to try and find as much percentage as they can with the little time that they have before Schwam gets in their back line and tries to disrupt it, but he's taking a lot of damage right now and has to back up and allow his team to heal him up. Miracle has his ult online as well, which could be a tide turner.
Wow, that ultimate could be detrimental, just like you said. Looks like they're still trying to fight for the point back and forth. They're just dealing damage. It looks like Zombie took out Thermal Rex. Swag took out No Skill. Wow, look at all these flurry of kills coming through on the red team. They're just not standing a chance.
Beautiful double ultimate out from Swag Studios and Zombie. 2 of, I'd say, the most deadliest ultimates in this game, just dealing a lot of damage in a short amount of time and taking out a lot of bodies for the side of Team Iron Man. You know, Kevin, I'm not feeling too confident in my pick right now, picking Team Iron Man, because it looks like Team Cap are absolutely storming.
Yeah, they are. They're completely dominating right now, and I'm getting a little worried about my predictions as well. Not gonna lie. Do you think they're gonna overcome this round on top? What do you think, Swag?
They could definitely, but Varsil might be crucial in that. He's going to take down Zombie, and now he's got to find another one unless Schwam can find a couple of his own. Doesn't find anybody off of the ultimate, but Hayes is going to find 4, and it seems all but said and done. They're going to keep this point to themselves. It looks like Thermorex is going to pop the Luna Snow ult, but it'll all be a matter of seconds until it dissipates, and Schwam is going to find these last 2 kills. It doesn't seem like the team will be able to get back quick enough. What an ult out from Hayes.
That was
and it was a
beautiful
counter ult. He was on Loki, and Loki's speciality is he can copy anybody on the other team. A great way to play.
Wow, that was a beautiful quad kill. I cannot lie. That was insane. That definitely single-handedly just caused them to win the round. That is so impressive.
It is. And like, what can you say? We're in overtime now. Team Captain America are close to getting it. Sky Wizard with 2 kills of his own. Now, with the ultimate out from Banner, the Cloak and Dagger ult will be able to keep them alive for just moments longer. But not if a couple on the inside of Team Iron Man are going to try and find them. Looks like Miracle doesn't care on the strategist. Is going to go for the DPS, and now they take the point.
Wow, Blue's making a little bit of a comeback, but do they keep the dream alive and possibly take the round? What do you think, Swag?
I mean, take a look at that ultimate. No Skill's got an ultimate to keep this point theirs, and looks like a couple more are on the way. Miracle's almost got his online, but then take a look at the other side. Swag Studios has just got his ult. Swam's almost got his as well. This could be a all-out ult fight.
Oh, this is getting really close. I wonder how this is going to end. Does Schwam die or does he stay alive? Does the Secures seem to win? We'll find out next in a couple next seconds. 91 to 99%. Looks like Blue's about to take the lead and make a comeback. Varsiel and Miracle with 2 kills. It's very important kills.
He's gonna find a couple more. Zombie has the Star-Lord ultimate. Can he get packet time to make it count? Thermal Rex trying to keep his team alive. Now with the ultimate out, Zombie might be able to change the tide. Trying to find a couple more. Doesn't find anybody yet. Might be able to find Thermal. He does. Finds Varsiel as well. Tries to find another with Schwam there to support him. There's one left on the point, and overtime is over. I don't think Miracle can live this. Boehner is there. He has to get onto the point now and has to live, but Schwam is in his way, and Schwam is going to swam him out of the game. It's a quick 2-0 for Team Captain America.
Wow. I'm just so impressed right now with how they just played. That is insane. Utter domination from Captain America. They still no chance.
Yeah, no, I mean, I said it. It was utter domination. I had hoped that Thermal would have been able, with the team that he had, the experience that they had, not just in this game, but also as team players,
Yep.
to bring it back and come together. But I don't think that was
That just wasn't the case today. They just didn't glue well together, unfortunately. They tried the best that they could with the experience they had, just like you touched.
And now
Hulk
we're
is
gonna
trying
get
to
a
take
replay.
all the
Let's
damage
see
he
what
can
we
so
got
his team
here.
can help him.
Swag Studios definitely with a valuable ultimate there, but Human was able to counteract it. Found a couple there with
get down there.
Miracle to
He finds
support
one,
him.
looking to find another.
Definitely dropping
Can he
the ultimate
find
onto Schwam,
Schwam?
but you see
Schwam
here,
is trying to
Schwam
escape
is
with
just
his life,
able
and
to
with the miracle
survive
as
it.
well.
What
Can't
a
find
great
anybody.
tank player.
He
I
just
mean,
hasn't
the
died.
survivability is off the charts. 'Cause
Yeah.
he has the right kit to do it, and then he just comes right back with a Ramesha there to support him, and then they take that first one.
That is a definition of a pure confidence play in my books. He did not care. He's balls to the wall. He's ready to take all the fights.
Indeed. And Schwam as well. Like we said it, a valuable player in it. And Varsiel was able to find one there, but then Hayes, with a tactical ultimate timed there, was able to copy him and find 4, showing him up 4 times the amount of kills. Well done.
Yeah, that was a very impressive play by Hayes. That, for sure, is the reason why they won. 100%. Without a doubt.
Yeah, and I thought if they could have just kept that point for a little longer and denied Zombie that ultimate chance, it would have worked out for them. But hey, Ali, you're back on the desk. How did you feel watching that game?
Wow, what an exciting game. I actually could not believe it, but looks like I was right, because I know when I know.
Okay.
Don't want to say
Okay.
I told you so, but I kind of did tell you so. What do you think, Kevin?
I thought that
this
was an
game?
amazing game. Utter domination. It was a clean 2-0, disappointing in the results, but happens to the best of us. You were right at the end of the day.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our national championships with Team Captain America walking away with $400,000. I am gonna go bug one of their players, ask for a little bit of money, but
You have to invite me over there. Casting doesn't pay the
you
bills.
weren't loyal,
Casting
man.
doesn't pay
you chose Team Iron Man, and look what it got you. Thank
Not
you
a
for watching,
single-
and I want to thank our sponsors for today: Capri Pizza, Subway, the SRC, and the Alumni Association. Have a great one,